I belong to the Dravidian stock. நான் திராவிட இனத்தைச் சேர்ந்தவன். இந்த குரல் எப்போதோ ஒலித்த குரல் அல்ல, எப்போதும் ஒலிக்கின்ற குரல். இப்போது என்னிடம்
It is my honor this morning, my pleasure to introduce our chief guest for this morning, Dr. Praba, Shamili, Jeeva. She has a lot of degrees after her name, but she received her bachelor's in economics, political science, and sociology at Christ University in Bangalore, and then became an advocate at the Madras High Court. 2 weeks ago, she earned an honorary doctorate for outstanding contribution in the field of social service from I have to get this right, from the Universal Tamil University. Also incredibly important, she was very recently elected as a ward councillor of Ward 7 here in Kodi, so she's a member of the Kodi municipality. And most importantly, she is a graduate of KIS from the class of 2013. She was a student here right about the time that I became the principal, and I was digging for a little dirt to share with you today. But when you have someone like Praba, it is very, very difficult to find any story that makes it interesting at all. So I came with the sense of, okay, I have nothing really to add aside from her list of accomplishments until, as I was coming in this morning, Reverend Raja told me that when he was the interim dean, that she was late for school, her senior year. She must have been studying a lot, and she would drive her car into school campus, which is really strictly a no-no and gets the principal into a lot of trouble. So I can't believe we've called her back to be chief guest after finding out about that. No, it's wonderful. I love those stories. And I am very excited to have Praba here as our chief guest. Dr. Praba, welcome to KIS. We look forward to your speech.
Thank you, Mr. Corey, for that introduction. I thought you won't have any story for me, but I'm very glad that you did. A very good morning to one and all present here. Respected Principal, Mr. Corey, respected Vice Principal, Mr. Santosh Punnas, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, encouraging teachers, proud parents, staff of Kodaikanal International School, and last but not the least, the graduates of class of 2022. Congratulations. I came here today and I wanted to have like a very formal speech for all of you, but I thought, okay, I'll just walk in and then I will talk what I feel. And I walked in today and then I could exactly feel what I felt 9 years back. I am from the class of 2013 and we had blue robes, and I feel very nostalgic today. And I could exactly remember how I felt when I was sitting on that dais. And as a girl from the Kodi school, I had a few inhibitions. I had a few doubts about myself. And those inhibitions, those doubts, it never got to me only because of one person, my father. And I would always picture my father and I would always relate him to something. My favorite animal. You've all known about the Nilgiri Thar. It's an animal which we see in this Western Ghats, in this Palani Hills. Not as mighty as a bison, not as huge as an elephant, not as fast as a panther, but the courage that you see in a Nilgiri Thar. Small muscle strength, and it'll go stand in the edge of the highest cliffs, and it'll walk up and down in the steepest valleys. And that is the courage that I learned that day on May 23rd of 2013, which I saw in my father. He always believed in me more than I believed in myself. And that is what I would tell you today. Look around yourself. I'm sure you have plans and you're thinking about your applications, what you're going to do right away. But look around. You will have someone to hold on, someone who's going to throw away your inhibitions, your doubts, and hold on to your friends and your parents who will give you that courage, that confidence. And if at all, if you have any sort of a small inhibition, just throw it out. And that is what I would tell myself if I'm looking at my high school self, that why were you doubting yourself? No point. And I wanted to start my address with a Tamil quote from the Tamil Sangam literature of Kaniyan Poongundran. Yadum Ure, Yavarum Kelir. Yadum Ure, Yavarum Kelir. That means you need to have a sense of belonging to every place you go in the world. And all the people you see are yours. And that is the spirit of Kodi School. That is the spirit the school has taught me, and that is the value that I carry forward every single day into this world as a politician. The theme, the spirit of unity in diversity, and making sure that you believe in each other irrespective of your ethnicity, your race, your language, your religion, your caste, your creed. Irrespective of that, we stand here together within this diversity for all these years, and that is something as a politician, as a member of the local governing body, that is what I took forward in my elections. And right before my elections, I came and I met the principal. And every time I walk inside school, that is the hope, and that is something that drives me, that is something that makes me believe that we are truly capable of making this world a better place. The Kodi School is a school that the world needs. And I myself, when I stepped into politics, and that was the ideology that I took forward. An ideology that the world needs. And that was the reason that I aligned myself with the Dravidian Progressive Party, the Dravida Munnetra Kalagam. That was the reason that I aligned myself with the party, because it had the values that the school taught me. The values of social justice, the values of equality, the values of liberty, fraternity, solidarity, freedom. And when I was running for elections, I want to share this with you today. I was running for elections, and then right before my election result was announced, I was thinking, okay, I knew I was going to win. I didn't have any doubt. I knew I was going to win, but I wanted to win in a larger margin. I wanted to win with 80% of the votes. And I was thinking before the results were announced, okay, you're going to win. Who are you going to represent? Who are you representing? Are you representing the people of your ward? Yes, definitely. But I pledged to myself that I will be representing the voting population of Kodaikanal and the non-voting population of Kodaikanal, the people who walk in here as tourists every day, the people who are non-Tamils, who don't speak Tamil every day, the Tibetan representation in Kodaikanal, who came here as refugees, the Kashmiri representation here, who don't have votes, but who have livelihoods depending in this town. So who gave me these values? And I was wondering, why am I thinking this way? What made us so big and progressive? And it was the school. It was the values that the school built in us. And these values are embedded in the local culture of Kodi. Kodi is a land of potential, land of immense possibility. Anything is possible in this town. I'm standing here, and if you take a radius of 7 kilometers around me, anything is possible within the radius of the 7 kilometers, because the politics or the possibilities of this place is not dependent on any religion, any group of people, not a single ethnicity. And that is what makes us a true citizen of Kodi. And we have crossed boundaries. We have crossed so many boundaries, and we stand more progressive than our nation. We stand even more progressive than our state. And the nation and the state, it's time that people, and it's always that people look at us as an example of a progressive society, of an inclusive society. And that is what each graduate of Kodi School for the past 100 and so years have been taking to the world. And we have to be very proud of the values that we give back to this world. And I also take this moment to thank the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Muthuvel Karunanidhi Stalin, and the Honorable Minister of Cooperative Society, Thiru I. Periyasamy, and the Member of the Legislative Assembly, Thiru Udayanidhi Stalin, and the Member of the Legislative Assembly, Thiru I.P. Sindal Kumar, for giving me this opportunity to stand in front of you as a successful politician and as a successful women politician at the age of 25, for giving me this opportunity. And one more thing that I wanted to say today was, I wanted to say this, share with you the story of John Pennyquick. His name is John Pennyquick. And most of you must have heard the Mullai Periyar Dam. So it's situated in near Kumali, near Thekari, in the Tamil Nadu-Kerala border. There were disputes which you might have known. But I want to talk to you about the chief engineer of the dam. So he was born in Pune. He was an Englishman, and he studied in the East Indian Army College, and he joined the Public Works Department during the rule of the East Indian Company. And in 1893, they start building the Mullai Periyar Dam, and the Periyar River, which is situated in the Western Ghats, a little further from Kodaikanal. So the Periyar River, it's a west-flowing river towards the Arabian Sea. It'll flow towards the Arabian Sea. And this man, John Pennyquick, he diverts the dam, which is west-flowing, to an east-flowing dam, so that 223,000 of acres of dry land would be irrigated. And what happens? He starts building the dam, and half of the dam is built. And half of the dam is built, and the company, the East Indian Company is saying, you can't build it anymore because we don't have funds. And what he does is he flies all the way to England, he sells his property, he brings back the money, and he completes the dam here in India. Why? Like, why did he have to do that to people who he didn't understand their language, or he didn't have anything to do with their ethnicity, or he's not related to them? Why did he do it? He just wanted water and irrigation to reach them, and that was his ultimate goal. That's it. And I see Cody School and the vision of our principal very close to John Pennyquick. And I see our principal as Kodaikanal's John Pennyquick. I spent 2 hours talking to him before my election campaign, and all that he wanted to do was empower Cody and work for the upliftment of the marginalized sector of Cody, work for the upliftment for the downtrodden, and make Cody even a better place. And that is what we are about. And that is what I want you to take forward, and leave all your inhibitions behind, leave all your doubts behind, and voice out for what you stand for, voice out for what you believe. Keep voicing out until what you believe comes true, and it will. And you are the future of tomorrow, and you are going to make this world a better place. Congratulations. Nandri, Vanakkam.
நூறாக தொட்ட இடமெல்லாம் தூள